travel over, guys?
Fine. No, it's a normal route. So got here yesterday. But yeah, it was easy travel.
Okay. Dave, just looking at the team, obviously it's just about as strong as we can go. Obviously underlines how important this game is.
Yeah, no, it's a really big game for us, yeah, I mean we have to get the result on Friday night, and that's why we went with the team. But also, I think we need to build a bit of cohesion going into the last few games. So yeah, a lot of same combinations, which will help.
Cool. Moon, saw some pics from Captain's Run. There was some blue sky. Are you hoping for some decent conditions tomorrow night? Obviously, it's going to be at night, so probably quite cold, but it will be nice if it's dry, surely.
Yeah, I think the weather's been really nice up until now. We arrived and it was sunny. Today was a nice hot day. Tomorrow looks like it's good weather as well. So we're really excited about that. I guess we brought it with from Cape Town. I'm not sure what's the weather like in Cape Town now, but yeah.
It's not bad. Could be worse. And then from you, Moon, the mindset of the players this week, like what the objective is.
Yeah, like Dave said, we know we haven't been in this position before where we're on a tour and it's a must-win tour for us. So we'll treat it like a playoff. We know what's at stake. We obviously made it a bit hard for ourselves, losing that Ospreys game. But looking ahead, looking forward from that game, it's a very important tour for us, and it starts tomorrow. Well, our prep started last week, and we've had a good week up until now. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys. If you've got questions, please put your hands up. Stephen, go for it.
Thanks, Mikey. How's it going, guys?
Thank you, Stephen.
Dawie, Damon Willems, are you guys resting him?
No, he has got a personal matter. He's joining the team today, but he couldn't train this week with us. So we just wanted to get the guys that was available to train and work with the team. But yeah, he's not available for selection.
In terms of your prep for this game, was it just about 90% of it done last week? Because obviously you decided to travel on Tuesday, and you had a week off, so it kind of makes sense to not make this such a demanding week.
Yeah, no, we were fortunate to be in that position that week was off. We actually did our prep was finished last week, so on Monday we just did a few touch-ups. Yeah, so almost this week more traveling, recovering, and getting ourselves ready for the game. But mental prep and tactical input was already done last week. Yeah.
I looked at the Dragons team now, and I see Chris Hollis is there. I think he was still. I don't think he ever played for the Stormers, did he? But what did you make of Chris Hollis? I mean, what would you guys, if he's playing centre for them, what would you expect of him?
Look, firstly on Chris, he's been in our system for 3 years. A great professional. He's worked really hard. He's trained hard. Yeah, so played a few warm-up games and a few Currie Cup games, unfortunately with injury, and just how it worked out. They didn't play a lot of games for the Stormers. But yeah, I think Chris, firstly, he'll bring a lot of physicality. He's a big boy, and he's on the left wing tomorrow against us. So yeah. He's also got some inside info in terms of how we work. Definitely that can benefit him, and but yeah, we also expect him to really actually want to have a crack, and because we'll like Chris and we're good friends. But it's usually when those type of games that you really want to put in a great effort and show that you respect your opponents, and you actually want to do well against them.
Has he got a lot of pace, Dawie? I actually thought for some reason that he used to be a centre, but when he was at
he used to play centre for the Kings. And we also looked at him as a centre in the Union. I would say probably fast enough off the mark. and good enough to play at this level in these conditions when it's a little more heavy underfoot. He competed against guys with real pace in our squad, which probably reason why I didn't get as much game time.
Sorry, Mike, there's noise in the background. I think somebody's mic is on. Unless. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can't see anyone, Stephen. I'm trying to
Okay.
figure it out. I'm on
Cool.
the job. Okay.
No worries. Thanks.
Might be chippy.
Salmaan, everybody will look at this game. You guys, you're in the top 8, Dragons second from bottom. I mean, is it fair to say that the pressure is on you guys this weekend?
Stephen, I think the first of all, the Dragons is a quality side. I think 2 years ago when we came here, it was a very tough game. It was arguably one of our most difficult games. And the fact that they are playing at home, I think they will always back themselves. If I'm not mistaken, it's their last home game as well, so they'll be up for it. Yeah, and I think the URC in general is such a competitive competition. The difference between second and 11th for this instance is not really much. I mean, if you look at the points difference on the log at the moment, it's about a point or 2 points even. So the Dragons is a quality side, and we are aware of that. They've got some great internationals in their side, but we'll be well prepped and very excited for this occasion.
Dawie, what kind of role can Sasha play in this game? Is it will it be quite short to get him back in, or do you think he can play a significant role for you?
No, definitely. I think it's part of the process of Sasha also to get him back to fit. He's done his rehab and he's been working with the team, so we brought him on tour to give him that exposure of time. But we know that Sasha can break a game open, not just with his ability to an expert as a player, but also with his kicking. So he can start a few big goals at the end if it's needed. So he'll definitely play a role. And you can see his energy and his excitement is very high.
Salmaan, having Steve back at Lucid Prop, I know Brock hasn't been doing badly, but he must be sore by now. Bit overworked, the old man. But what does it mean to you guys to have Steve back? Not just in the starting lineup per se, but just having him back, for what lies ahead.
Yeah, I think we're very happy for Steve, especially he did so well and he went really well before he got injured. He was one of our top players. He contributed week in, week out. So very happy for him that he's back. Obviously, Brocky did a great job. But with us having that crisis at Lucid, it's always great to have him back and a quality player such as Steve. And I'm pretty sure he's ready to go as well, Stephen. So we're really happy about it.
And just looking at last week again, or your last game at least, just the kind of pressure that you guys are putting on at scrum time. I mean, how important is that? Do you think could that be again for you this weekend?
Yeah, I think the props, they've instilled, or let's say the forward pack, they've instilled a great scrumming culture within the union. And I think a player like Steve, he's someone that, he has a lot of pride in his scrum work. So he will bring back that experience that he has and that his expertise. So it's really great to have him back. And I think this weekend it's the old cliche. The game is really going to be up to the tight 5 and the forwards. So we'll be looking to lay a good foundation for our backs, especially in our set pieces, in our scrums and our lineouts. But like you said, it's a key part of our game, and it's an area that we'd like to excel on.
And how are you feeling, Salmaan? Are you feeling that you approaching your best form again? Obviously you were out for a while.
Yeah. I think I can still improve a lot more. It's very rewarding being able to play consistently now. Like I said before, Obviously that concussion against La Rochelle wasn't ideal. Would have loved to have played the Ospreys weekend. So the performance against Leinster was really rewarding and enjoyable. So I'm really looking forward to what lies ahead for the season. I still think the sky's the limit. Dave is, he's my coach, and there's a lot of areas that we all can work on. But I'm really excited to keep learning and see where it goes.
Cool. Thanks very much, guys. Good luck with this one.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks, Steve. Nathan is the next one with his hand up.
Thank you, Mike. Sorry, I just joined 5 minutes late, but I'm sure Stephen already covered a few of my questions. But obviously, I'm sure you mentioned Steve, Angelo, John Luke, who celebrated his birthday this week, and Sasha are back in the mix. Dawie, how would you assess the readiness of those players? Because I mean, there's a lot on the line for the guys in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, look, I think firstly we back the way we train and prep for games, So if guys come in from like Salmaan a few weeks ago from injury, or haven't been selected for a while, I think our training intensity is on a high standard, So I'm sure those guys won't miss a beat. And also the understanding in terms of how we want to play, those players also spend a lot of time working on that. So yeah, I'm 100% confident that they're ready. I think John Luke has been training the best he's been training, in his career at this stage. So actually quite excited, and we know how competitive that guy is, So when it comes to crunch time in the later part of a game, that's not a bad player to have on the field.
Salmaan, I briefly touched on there's a lot on the line. I mean, 11 teams still in the running for top 8. I think teams under you guys are on the same amount of points. But what's the message from the coaches for you guys in the next couple of games, or let me say the 2 games on tour?
I think it's really simple. It's just to take it game by game, and we all understand as a group, coaches, players, we all understand the magnitude of this tour, and what the possible permutations can work out to. So we know the importance of this game starting this weekend, and ultimately we want to host a quarterfinal. But the only thing that's in our hands is basically getting the result. If we're going to worry about this team having to lose and this team having to win and depend on other teams, then we're in the wrong place. I think we're in the right space of mind, whereas we're focusing on ourselves, knowing that we need the 4 points, worst case, if not get the 5 points. So I think the message was really simple.
Dawie, I just want to put a spotlight on my final question. I just want to put a spotlight on a specific player, Achiever, who's had a stellar of a season. But I just want to ask a 2-point question. I just want to ask her, what do you make of, or how do you define Achiever as a player and as a person outside of rugby? And the last part of that question, just a transfer update, are you guys still keen to keep him? Because since the transfer rumors, he featured mostly on the bench.
Yeah, look, okay, firstly on Achiever, I think he's obviously the same person on and off the field. I think Moon can also speak for that. A very exciting guy to watch. He's got a personality. When he plays, you can see he enjoys it. He smiles. He brings a lot of energy towards the game, and he's exactly like that off the field. So doesn't matter what he's. You'll make sure that when he walks into a room, there's always a bit of humor. There's always energy around him. He gets guys together. So yeah, for us, he's been a great player. In terms of his scenario going forward at Union, I'm not in a position to comment on that because I'm not too sure exactly what's happening. But obviously, what Achiever's done for us the last few years and what his capability is, we would like to keep him as long as possible. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mike.
That's one, guys. We're done here. All the best. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Liv.